and welcome back. G-Shock presents Formula Drift Round 2, 2025 Suzuka Twin Circuit. This is going to be the top 16 ceremony. And right now, if you're counting, there's 15 cars, but 16 drivers. Takahashi's car, currently, they took it back to the pits to get a couple things worked out for the top 16.
Yeah, looking in the background, you'll see kids and family. This was part of their track walk for top 16, where the kids get to get up close and personal to the cars, take pictures with drivers.
And that was a Japanese national anthem kicking off the top 16 ceremony.
Yeah, the rain has stopped. It stopped this morning before we even got to the track. It hasn't even tried raining today, so we're going to pray that it still doesn't rain.
And the first battle is going to be between number 36, Kazumi Takahashi, TMS Racing, and he's going to be versus Jason Yep, number 31, 441 BW Academy. Lots of energy, lots of energy.
Excited to be here.
And the next battle is going to be between 774 Hakuto Matsuyama with Cusco Racing. And he's going to be versus car number 212, Yutaro Oe in Good Ride Motorsports. These first two battles are going to be awesome. Up next is car number 77, Yusuke Kusaba from Team Cusco Racing. And he's going to be against car number 4, Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange. Car number 947, Jake Jones, Drift Squid, is going to be against car number 131, Yuma from Team Orange Jr.
This is going to be another really good battle.
And that rounds out our left side of the bracket. On the right side, we have car number 21, Ken Gushi with Team Kazama. And he's going to be versus car number 19, Yukio Matsu with Matsumoto Kiyoshi, M2 Evolution. And battle number 6 is car number 771, Hiroya Minowa with Cusco Racing. he's going to be against car number 17 from TSA Motorsports Toyo, Jin Porino. Battle number 7 is going to be car number 61, Good Ride Motorsports, Mao Yamanaka. And he's going to be battling number 37, TMS Racing, Team 55X, Koichi Yamashita. And rounding out the top 16, we're going to have car number 555, Mini GT with Liberty Walk, Yukio Fausto. And he's going against number 9, Hashinan Racing with Valino, Kiyo Fuyumi Hamada.
Going to be some real interesting hyper battles for the top 16.
There's going to be a lot. There's not a good matchup in the bunch. The sun stayed out, peeking behind clouds. We're going to be nothing but smoke, speed, and angle.
Exactly. Everybody put in their top 4 predictions.
Drivers getting back in their car, bringing it around,
Maybe
heading
they'll
back
give
to the
us a
pits
little-
for a couple quick, maybe topping off the gas.
Maybe they'll give us a show.
Look like Hiroya and Jin doing a couple of donuts. Pretty cute.
We'll say that it's always for the kids.
It's always for the kids. A little tire scrubbing for the kids. Yeah, Jake Jones versus Ryuma. That's going to be a good battle. Both of their top 32 were really good, as well as earlier practices today in the dry. That's going to be a good one. Jason Ye. Our Japanese MC, Aichi Aikutsu, and our judges, Yoichi Imamura, Fukada, and Yamanaka. I just saw the dinosaur on the track.
Yeah.
It's
That
me,
dinosaur.
Josh, and Buddy Langston.
Yeah, that dinosaur's been out all weekend.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Right in the middle of the screen now. Dinosaur in the rain was scary, though. Did you get to see?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I did not see.
yeah, it's scary. But now the Formula Drift Japan sponsors, we have G-Shock, Edifice, Valenti, Yokohama Tire, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Goodyear, Good Ride, Kenda, Valino, Toyo Tires, 5X, Markma Tires, MID Wheels, Motis, Carport Motozen, RSR, Breed, Ogura Clutch, Rays, Cusco, HPI, HKS, Toyota Gazoo Racing, Lexus, Apex, Fujitsubo, Project Mu, VP Racing, BN Sports, Swift, Hot Wheels, Kazama Auto Service, Arai Helmet, Treasure One Company, D-Max, Hummingbird, FPV Drone, Kiva, Torque Drift 2, and Suzuka Twin Circuit. So doing some last minute cleaning, and we're going to a commercial.
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
雨の日の運転って心配ですよね。いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ。
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼう。横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。生 井梨花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール Are you ready everybody MID ホイールダンディムーディ MID ホイールキャンディフレンディホイールは MID
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed. In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
From an early age, we race. It's part of who we are. It's in our DNA. For some, the need to keep pushing fuels our lives. At VP Racing, we pour everything we have into creating the industry's best products. For those who put it all on the line, whether it's the track or the trail or wherever you race, they say you can't win them all, but you can sure as hell try. VP Racing. Win every race.
And we're back. G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan 2025 Round 2 at Suzuka Twin Circuit, Top 16. Looks like we have some cars pulling up to the staging area, getting ready for the burnout boxes. Takahashi's car looks like it's whatever issue was sorted. Yeah, he pulled up to the ceremony, and then he was looking at some stuff, and then he had one of his pit members take his car back to the pits right quick.
Yeah, I don't know entirely what happened. We didn't get any word, but it looks like he's ready to go.
He seemed to be running fine when he was leaving. So it might have been something minor. At least that's what we're hoping.
Put your guesses in the chat of who the top 4 is going to be. See who can get the closest. There's going to be some tough battles, so I think it's going to be hard to guess that.
Oh, yeah. So in the burnout box, they get 30 seconds. At 25 seconds, that's when you start seeing them waving the flags to let them know it's time to head on out. Yamashita looks pretty stern over there watching his teammate. So they're coming up to the starting line, and we have car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing. In the lead and in the chase, we have car number 31, Jason Yet, 441 BW Academy.
Both cars have been extremely fast today, so it should make out for a good battle.
Yeah, both guys have been throwing it hard. They're going super fast today.
They're making their way to this first outer zone. Jason getting right there on his door for round. Going around outer zone 2, comes outer zone 3, gets right there and stays with him. Making their way to this touch and go. It gives him a little love tap and he spins. Oh no!
Oh, that's super aggressive.
That was looking really good, too.
That's been Jason all weekend.
Yeah.
I was talking to him before this, and he's like, I'm gonna try and be a little less aggressive. Yeah, that doesn't seem like less aggressive to me.
Yeah, no, he went all in.
Just right on his door the whole time. Just right at the switchback. Oh, the drone footage would be great.
Yeah, that's tough to bounce back from, too, because he hit his rear quarter to Takahashi's rear quarter.
Touching it. He just switched a little harder than Takahashi.
Oh, it looks like you see some wheel damage.
Not as bad as Echo's.
No, definitely not as bad. Looks like it's still holding air.
Yeah, that both drivers, it was a beautiful run. That's probably the best chase we've seen so far today. But you can't have a good chase without a good lead.
Exactly. Yeah, Jason, his car is a Safiro with an S14 front end.
That's what, the Boss kit?
Yeah. I think it was made for an S14. It doesn't look like an S14.
No. Yeah, that wheel, it seems a little out of round.
Oh. I'm taking it. He's going to go back to the pits and check everything out. He should be getting 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was 10 minutes
not his
because
fault.
It wasn't his. Oh, here's the run again.
Looks like he got hit right there too, going into outer zone 2 as well.
Well, you want to hit both sides. I mean, it's not fair if you just, let one side get away. Be on the switchback, Jason came in a little more aggressive on the switch. But while they're getting that knocked out, we're going to have our next battle. Card number 774, Hokuto Matsuyama from Cusco Racing with his McDonald's safety car versus in the chase, card number 212, Yutaro Oe, Good Ride Motorsports. So we have a Supra versus a RX-7. So we're proceeding to the next battle while we're waiting for the timeout to be concluded.
Lights are on. They're making their way to outer zone 1, gaining a lot of speed. Has a good flick into outer zone 1, comes around outer zone 2. Staying right there, getting into outer zone 3. Making their way to the touch and go. Gets left behind just a little bit, and then gains it back into outer zone 4.
I mean, Matsuyama just putting on a class out here. Super deep through the first zone. Nice and even, steady through the second zone. Riding 3 all the way through. Oe just trying to keep up. Diving in when he can.
Yeah, you notice he was a little back on the starting line trying to get a run up.
Yeah, so the chase car can essentially jump the line as well. So especially in huge power gaps, the chase car can go ahead and essentially get a jump start. Okay, now we're going to have Matsuyama in the chase and Oe in the lead.
They're making their way to outer zone 1 with a good entry into that first outer zone. Matsuyama getting right there, falls a little bit behind in outer zone 2, trying to catch up through outer zone 3. Sits there right in that pocket and makes their way to his touch and go. Does a good flick going around to outer zone 4 and just stays right there next to him. That was a good chase.
That was a good chase. That was a great lead too. Oe with a good flip into 1. Nice through 2. Swinging around 3-3. Nice and deep. Matsuyama just right on his door by the touch and go. He left him a little bit of room for the switchback and then dove back in for the final zone. Yeah, the drone footage just shows just the proximity that you have here. Diving in here, setting back a little bit, and then swinging and surging towards the end. Yeah, that was a great battle.
I think it's going to be hard if I had... Oh.
Jojimamura, Matsuyama, Fukada, Matsuyama, and Yamanaka go Matsuyama. So Matsuyama is going to be going into the grade 8.
I think if I was given the opportunity between those two cars, I would have a hard time picking which one I wanted.
Yeah, definitely. Up next at the starting line, in the lead, you have car number 77, Yusuke Kusaba with Team Cusco Racing. And in the chase is car number 4, Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange.
making their way to this first outer zone with a big flick into outer zone 1. Masanori getting right there on his door. Does a nice close transition into outer zone 3. Staying right there with them. Making their way to this touch and go. Does a good job getting around to outer zone 4. Just stays right there to let them know, I'm not going anywhere.
You know, it's a great entry. Everybody's going in nice and deep into zone 1, making it out through zone 2, then a switch back, and that's when you see a lot of drivers start to surge. And then they just normally reel them in around zone or with the touch and go, and then bring them down right in zone 4. The surges into zone 3 and zone 4 are crazy.
Yeah.
Just so close. And now they're rolling up to the starting line, and we're going to have Masanori Kohashi in the lead and Kusaba in the chase.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Kohashi does a nice job getting to outer zone 1, but does even a better job getting right there on his door by Kusaba. Comes around to outer zone 3 and is not going anywhere. Comes around to his touch and go. Gives him just enough space to transition into outer zone 4 and puts it right on his door.
Oh, that was a great battle.
Yeah, this one's going to be very hard to judge.
Great leads by both drivers, great chases by both drivers. A little shallow through 3, but a nice switch back. And look deep into zone 4. Let's see what the drone footage shows. Looks like he's zone 2, zone 3 good. Flick back to touch and go. They're bringing it out right on the edge of zone 4.
Does a real nice job of matching angle right there.
Yeah.
Got the Team Orange girl hoping for a victory for Masanori Kohashi.
And the judges are dialing it in now. Judge Imamura, one more time. Fukada, one more time. Yamanaka, one more time.
And we get to see that insane battle again. I'm excited because they're not gonna change. It's gonna be even better.
It comes down to who makes the first small mistake. They're talking about how they just need to go a little bit deeper in a couple of zones to finish off the opponent. Okay, up next, we'll finish out our left side bracket. It's car number 947, Jake Jones, Drift Squid. In the chase is car number 131, Yuma with Team Orange Jr.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Does a nice flick into outer zone 1, and Ruma stays right there and gets right next to him on his door for outer zone 2. Just enough room to transition for outer zone 3. He's a little shallow. Coming to that touch and go. Transitions to outer zone 4, and he gets right back into that pocket.
Man, I'll tell you, these are some of the best battles, and it's only top 16.
Exactly.
Jake's nice and deep out through zone 1. 2, a little shallow, but Yuma's right on his door. Jake takes it out super deep through zone 3. hits a touch and go, flips back, and Yuma tucks in. Oh, sweet. Overhead drill. Look how close that transition was.
Yeah. You see Ruma cutting a bit of the line out to stay right there next to Jake.
And now we have Yuma in the lead and Jake Jones in the chase.
They're headed to this first outer zone. Ruma does a nice job flipping it into outer zone 1. Jake gets right there on his door and is not going anywhere. Dives into this, gives him a little love tap, and then for that outer zone 3, looks like it threw Ruma off his line just a little bit, but they make their way to that touch and go in the outer zone 4.
I mean, that's the second time Yuma's bumper's been nice and deep through 1. Bring it out through 2. Switch back as he's coming out. It's really hard to see from that angle, but a little love from Jake. Switching back at the touch and go. Oh, it's bumper again.
On the same spot.
The same spot. Yeah, coming out deep through 2. The switch back. Jake surges in. A little love. Then right here, here's a switchback. Bumper again.
I would like to say you can't get closer than that, but he's already touching them.
Yeah. That was a great run. Let's see what the judges say. Imamura goes Yuma. Fukada goes Yuma. Yamanaka goes Yuma. Looks like Yuma will be going into the grade 8.
He did a fantastic job in that JZX 100. Jake did a fabulous job in that BMW as well. It was just a little wavering.
Well, a little too aggressive going into zone 3.
Yeah.
And that's the timer left on Takahashi. It was probably a hub issue.
Yeah.
After the hit. Up on the right side of the bracket, car number 21, King Gushi with Team Kazama. In the lead and in the chase, we have car number 19, Matsui with Matsumoto Kiyoshi M2 Evolution.
Making their way to outer zone 1. King Gushi does a nice job getting it outer zone 1 and 2. Matsu dives in that third outer zone, comes around, trying to stay within through this touch and go. Cuts a little bit of the line, but then gets right back into that pocket.
I'll tell you, these guys are giving it their all. Super deep flicks. Bringing it out to 2. Matsu was a little slow in transition. He threw it in a little hard, which lost him a bit of speed, but yeah, they're bringing it around nice and deep through touch and go, and then switch back into zone 4. Overall, really good lead from Ken. Get nice and deep through 3. Hit the touch and go, switch back. Nice zone hit. They're not getting super deep into the zones, but they have good angle going through them. And now we have Matsui in the lead and King Gushi in the chase.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Kengushi stays right there with him coming around to outer zone 3. Kengushi stays right next to him. Gives them a little love tap as they make their way through. The touch and go comes around for outer zone 4, and he gets right there back next to him.
That's you nice and deep for 1. Bringing out a little shallow at 2. That sets up nice for 3. He gets in early, leaves late. Just a little bit of love, hits the touch and go, and then sweeps around for zone 4. Overall, really good lead in both drivers. Really good chase for both drivers.
Yeah, I thought after outer zone 3, Kengushi, once he got bumped him, I thought it might have helped maybe straighten him up where he had to reinitiate. So hopefully that's not the case. We'll just have to see what the judges say.
And these should be the judges went. Judge Imamura, Kengushi. Fukada, Kengushi. Yamanaka, Kengushi. Kengushi will be in our grade A. Pulling up to the line, have car number 77, Yusuke Kusaba from Team Cusco Racing in the lead, and in the chase, we have car number 4, Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange. This is the one more time from earlier.
Very excited to watch this.
Oh yeah.
Making their way to outer zone 1, getting a lot of speed coming into outer zone 1. Masanori gets right there on his door for outer zone 2, gives him just enough room to transition. It dives back into outer zone 3, is not going anywhere as they make their way to the touch and go. Does a great job of that touch and go rounding, and gets right back in his door in outer zone 4.
Oh man. So that's a nice and deep through 1, deep through 2. Masanori just in there the whole time. Deep through 3. Touch and go. Switch back. Deep through 4. That was a great lead run.
Great lead run and a great chase because he was matching angle. It was perfect.
Kohashi was in his door the whole time. The best thing about being that close is not much smoke in your face.
Yeah, let's see if Kusaba can get the same thing.
Let's see if we can get a good lead out of Kohashi.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Kohashi does a nice job getting a good flick. Kusaba gets right on his door, and it looks like he hit him and had to back off. Transitions to outer zone 3, and Kusaba goes off track just a little bit, slowing him down. He's trying to catch up to Kohashi, and then he ended up having to straighten.
Yeah, were there issues with Kusaba's car?
I don't know. It looked like he gave a little touch to Masanori right there. He goes off track, and then he just gets messed up and lost in the smoke.
Yeah, they were, what the other judges were saying is that the smoke behind Kusaba's car just stopped. So they're not sure of something. But overall, that was a great battle. And an excellent lead by Kohashi.
Yeah.
Judge Imamura goes Kohashi. Kata goes Kohashi. And Yamanaka goes Kohashi. Kohashi's going to be going to the grade 8.
Yeah, against Ruma, his teammate. That can only be a good battle as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a crazy battle. And pulling up to the line now, we have car number 771, Hiroya Minowa with Cusco Racing, and car number 17 in the chase with Jin Horino, TSA Motorsport, Toyo Tires.
Making our way to his first outer zone with a big flick in outer zone 1. Jin does a nice job diving in, gets right there on his door. Goes a little bit off track, falling behind, and then dives back into outer zone 3. And he still goes off track just again, falling behind around his touch and go, trying to catch up in the outer zone 4. And he gets right there next to him in outer zone 4.
Hiroya's nice deep entry into zone 1. Swinging out of zone 2. Jin drops one tire off the track, which sets him up a little too straight going into zone 3, which means another tire drop. And unlike yesterday in the rain, if you're dropping a tire today, you're losing traction.
It doesn't help you whatsoever.
Yeah, Jim went just a little too hard at zone 1 and wasn't able to dial back the angle. And Hiroya just running through, nice and deep through each zone.
Tell just how fast his car is because he was falling behind and then catching right back up.
Yeah.
So this him now leading should be very interesting.
Yeah. We have number 17, Jin Horino in the lead, and in the chase, number 771, Hiroya Minowa.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Does a nice job throwing in outer zone 1, and Minowa gets right there on his door. In outer zone 2, just enough for him to transition to outer zone 3 and dives back in. Trying to give him a little love tap, coming around to this touch and go. Minowa's doing a great job, comes around to outer zone 4 and gets right back into his door.
That was a very good battle too. Nice and deep through 1, swinging out to 2. Hiroya just right there at his door, swinging all the way through 3. Drop one tire before the touch and go, switch back, and Hiroya just reeled him in. Look at the angle from zone 1 to zone 2. So much angle. That's like what, 1 foot maybe between the two cars from there? Just keeping proximity on the whole time. So we judge Imamura, Minowa, Fukada, Minowa, and Judge Yamanaka, Minowa. Looks like Minowa's going to be going to the grade 8.
Versus Ken Gushi.
And now we're going to have the completion of our first matchup. We're going to have Jason Ye in the lead and Kazumi Takahashi in the chase.
Looks like he's trying to turn his car back on. So they might have not fixed all the issues that happened.
Okay, they got the start. Thumbs up. Good to go.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Jason does a big entry into outer zone 1, comes around to outer zone 2. Takahashi trying to catch back up. Oh! Something happened with Jason Ye's car. And Takahashi is going to finish out his run. That's very unfortunate for Jason Ye.
Let's see, he's nice and deep here. 2, drop the tire.
Takahashi might have caught a break. He looked like he was having issues with his car.
Yeah,
and
especially coming out of 1.
Yeah, and then Jason had to straighten.
Now it gives him a bit more time to wrench on it.
Yeah.
That's what the judges say. Imamura goes Takahashi. Fukada goes Takahashi. Yamanaka goes Takahashi. Looks like Kazumi Takahashi will be going to the grade 8 against Hokuto Matsuyama.
A very another interesting battle.
Looks like we have Yamashita in the burnout box. And that tells me that they're getting ready for the next matchup. That's car number 61, Mao Yamanaka with Good Ride Motorsports in the lead and in the chase. Car number 37, Koichi Yamashita, TMS Racing, Team 55X.
They're making their way to outer zone 1. Does a nice job flicking into outer zone 1. Yamashita gets right on his door and giving him a little love tap. Into outer zone 2, comes around to outer zone 3. Gets right there on his door, coming around to this touch and go. Does a nice job flicking her around to outer zone 4 and just stays right there into that pocket.
Mao with a good flick, nice and deep through zone 1. Gets into zone 2 a little late, but brings her up nice and deep through zone 3. Yamashita right on his door though. Flick back from the touch and go and switching out nice and deep through zone 4. That's a great lead run and a really good chase. Yamashita's a little shallow on some of the angles, but keeping great proximity. And I feel like he surged at all the right time. Now they're lining up in opposite positions. We're going to have Yamashita in the lead and Yamanaka in the chase.
I wonder who those fans are going for.
Who can tell?
They're headed to this first outer zone. Mao dives right into his door on that second outer zone, comes around to outer zone 3, and is not going anywhere. Coming to this touch and go. Falls a little bit behind, but transitions and gets right back into that pocket in outer zone 4.
That was another great lead and chase. Nice and deep through 1, deep through 2, Mile right behind him, deep through 3 the whole way through. Hits a touch and go, switch back. Deep in the zone through 4, but a little shallow on the line. But overall, a great run.
Exactly. I love when drivers fall in line right here, coming into this touch and go, gets right behind them, and it almost seems like they're gaining more speed.
Like in a draft.
Yeah. Like the judges are still discussing.
So what do you guys think? You guys think Yamanaka's going to get it?
I see some
Yamashita or one more time?
Yeah, I'm seeing some Yamashitas. I'm seeing some one more times.
I mean, both of the runs are great. Looks like the judges are keying in. We have Judge Imamura. One more time. Fukada. One more time. And Yamanaka. One more time.
And we get to see that battle again.
They're talking about how they would like to see Zone 2 field a little bit better, a little bit more angle through Zone 3. And overall, 2 really good runs. Just needed a couple of tweaks. And good to go. And pulling up to the line now, we have car number 555. Mini GT with Liberty Walk. Yukio Fausto in the lead, and in the chase, car number 9. Kiyo Fumi Hamada with Hush 9 Racing in Valina.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Fausto does a nice job getting to outer zone 1. Hamada does a good job getting around, diving into this third outside zone. Finds the pocket and sticks with it. Comes around to this touch and go. With a big flick in that touch and go, comes around to outer zone 4. And he just sits right there next to him.
Let's see if you want lots of angle and deep into the zones. I think Fausto was able to knock out most of them. Super deep through 3, all the way through, bringing around to the touch and go. Hard flick, good switch back, deep into zone 4. And Hamada was not that far off the whole time.
It just got really bright out here. The sun is finally out.
Now pulling back up, we have Hamada in the lead and Fausto in the chase.
Outer zone. Does a nice job entering outer zone 1. Fausto gets right there and is diving in. Comes around to this touch or outer zone 3. Fausto does a nice job staying right there, willing to touch the line just a little bit, making their way to this touch and go. Transitions to outer zone 3. And he stays right there next to him. Does a great job.
I'm telling you, Hamada just put down a crazy lead run too. Deep through the first zone. Bring it out through 2, switch back, just riding the back line of 3 the whole way through. Fausto giving good chase, switch back from the touch and go, and super deep through zone 4. We got drone footage. Jose Fausto's going to dive in here, switch back, go in again. And you just have Hamada just run the outside of the zone the whole way.
Another tough battle for the judges.
I feel like every practice run I've seen Hamada do, and then transition straight into the 32 and then 16. Like every run I've seen him do, he's gotten better.
Exactly.
So who do you guys think? You think Fausto, Hamada, or one more time? Judge Imamura goes Hamada. Judge Fukada goes Hamada. And Judge Yamanaka goes Hamada. So Hamada's going to make it to the grade 8. Unfortunately, Fausto is going to be leaving early.
Yeah, and he will be battling either Mayo or Yamashita after this one more time that is about to occur. It's crazy how this bracket played out because there's no easy battles whatsoever.
No, there is none.
It makes it great to watch, though. I would hate to be one of the drivers right now, though.
Yeah, there's no easy route through this bracket right now.
No.
Looks like they're getting ready for the one more time.
Yeah, because right now, for the grade 8, you have Takahashi versus Matsuyama. Very difficult battle. And then you have Masanori versus Ruma. You got two teammates going together, knowing how each other drives, so that it can only make for a great battle. You have Kengushi versus Minoa,
which is a replay of last round's final battle.
Exactly. And then our last battle, we're waiting to find out who Hamada is going to be going against. But even the one more time battle is insane.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no CA18s out today. But last week, MSG was rocking one.
Yeah.
And doing great.
Well, we'll be back. He'll be back, what, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, ABC.
Yep.
Oh, they're just spraying it down, keeping it nice and cool. Miles just needed to cool down a little bit. When the sun came out, the heat spiked.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it doesn't feel too hot, but that sun sure bakes it in. Oh, hey, Juju Tech. How's everything out today? Looks like they're about to get ready. Should be another maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, the humidity out today is pretty killer.
You can always take a guess at what Miles is listening to. After after and let you know next week.
Okay, I'll watch you ask him.
3 weeks. I'll get you to help me. So.
Oh, okay. Yep, they're running up to the line now, or to the burnout box.
Yeah, some of y'all pointed out earlier that 350Z holding up the Formula Drift Japan sign is still there. It's been holding it down for 2 weeks.
It's done a great job.
Yeah, it did exactly what it needed to.
Because the wind was kicking up the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too shabby today either, though.
Mile making his way to the burnout box right now.
Looks like they're still trying to cool off Yamashita's car.
That is a mean looking car.
It is. It is. I feel like the delivery accent the curves to make it even meaner.
Exactly.
Oh, here comes Yamashita. Head to the burnout box. Now to put those tires to work. Pulling up to the line, we have car number 61, Mao Yamanaka with Good Ride Motorsports in the lead, and in the chase we have car number 37, Koichi Yamashita with Team TMS Racing 55X tires. And this is the one more time from before, which means they're coming out twice as hard.
Exactly. Making their way to outer zone 1. Mao does a good job entering into outer zone 1. Yamashita getting right there on his door, trying to dive right after this transition. Does a good job. It's a little shallow on his angle, but comes around to his touch and go. Does a good job of that touch and go. And then, oh, Yamashita looks like he went a couple tires off track. Oh, no.
Here, oh no. Nice and deep through 1. We're in a little shallow, getting into 2. Flipping back around, riding the edge of 3 all the way out. Yamashita's right there. Touch and go. Switch back. And Yamashita dropped 2 tires off the track. Or 1.5. Somewhere in between. His drone footage is great.
I think going off track right at the end is going to hurt him though.
Yeah, Yamashita, his His back left tire looks like it's got a bit of positive camber.
Yeah. I wonder what happened, because
It seemed like he was making his way around the course fine.
Well, I didn't see him go off enough or do anything crazy for that to bend.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not sure if it's an engine trouble or something else, but they're towing him back to his pit now.
Sadly, we're going to have to wait some more because this is the last battle to get into the Great 8. So there's no other driving we can do until then.
I mean, it could possibly be a snapped an axle or two. So he's getting towed to the pits right now.
Very unfortunate because they had a great run the first go.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking forward to Yamashita's lead.
Hopefully he can get that repaired and comes back out and gives us a great lead.
Yeah, he's really good about putting down a good, consistent lead lap. And he almost always maintains proximity. I mean, that's been one of the constants since I started watching. He's pulling in for the 5-minute timeout. And just to recap of going into the Great 8, we have Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing versus Hokuto Matsuyama with Cusco Racing. Then we have Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange versus Ryuma with Team Orange Jr. Then we have Ken Gushi, Team Kazama versus Hiroya Minowa, Cusco Racing, which is a rematch of Fuji's final bout. And we're still waiting on the results from our current one more time, which is Mao Yamanaka versus Koichi Yamashita. And they will be going against Kiyofumi Hamada from Hashinan Racing and Valino.
Looks like they're about to start the timer. They just started.
So it looks like it's an engine and not anything with the driveline.
Which may be a good thing or may be a bad thing.
feel like with all those people around, it might make things more difficult.
Yeah.
That fan that they're blowing on Yamashita, oh, dude, those things are great. They pump out all kinds of air. Yes, we're about 3.5 minutes in, or down. Yeah, this is crazy. It's like, it makes you wonder, it's like, what could it be that they can fix in 5 minutes? And then 3:08 left. Oh, we're not sure what's wrong. Our best guess is it's in the engine bay. At least that's
Where they're looking at least.
yeah.
Maybe wiring, because he had an issue trying to start it at the very beginning of his run.
But I mean, if it's wiring, you're not fixing that in 5 minutes.
No. You got to try, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, ain't got no gas in it. You either got one or two mechanics in the engine bay, one talking to Yamashita, and it looks like one maybe with a laptop inside. Yeah, I hear Impact just going to town in there.
Well, that's a good thing, because then maybe they found something.
It looks like it's about to put the hood back down.
Yes, this is the final battle of top 16.
Hood's down.
Oh, started up.
Looks like everything's good to go.
The probe on his car, that is his mic set where he can talk to his spotters.
It looks like they're back to the burnout boxes. So we get to finish this show out. So Mao and Yamashita, everything seems to be fine now.
Yep.
up, car number 37, Koichi Yamashita in the lead with TMS Racing, 5.5X tires. And in the chase, car number 61, Mao Yamanaka with Good Riding Motorsports.
This is the last run of the one more time. Lights are on. And they're off. Making their way to outer zone 1. Yamashita does a big entry. Oh, Mayo goes and gives him a low love tap and pushes Yamashita off track. We'll have to see that replay because it looks like Mayo just bullied Yamashita off track.
But did that happen because he had to slow down because of engine trouble?
Oh, there's some spots on the track, it looks like. Or I'm just seeing things.
No, I see what you're saying.
Because that wasn't just there.
Yeah, because it wasn't there beforehand either.
He was on the brake the whole entire time. So what I think might happen is his car might have shut down as he transitioned into after outer zone 1. And he just had nowhere to go. And then Mayo just also didn't have anywhere to go either.
It comes out super deep. Flips back here. Brake lights stay on. Yeah, once he got into 1, I don't know that his back tires moved at all.
He tried to light off. You can see him try, and then it just stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still trying to decide.
I do think Mao was a little close.
When he dropped here, I wonder if he hit him when he dropped. Yeah, this is a tough one. Whether you give the fault to Mao for chasing too hard, or the lead for not getting back on the gas.
Because even if he had the power, I think Mao would have still been very close, if not touched him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have been as dramatic either way if he had power.
Yeah, the judges are reviewing and reviewing and reviewing, frame by frame. Yeah, definitely green car for the win.
We don't know if they're going to be able to fix the car because the judges haven't made a decision. Let's just say if they make it one more time, he actually, I don't think can, because he already used his timeout. So
oh, so if the fault goes against Mile, then they're using like a timeout from Mile. This is a tough one. It's crazy. It's tough because of a different reason than Too Good Run, which was the first time.
exactly. While we wait, we're gonna have the track crew come out, repaint the zones, give us a nice little sweep.
They're just gonna. They're riding their super scooters. So it's tough. I see a lot of you guys saying it's Elite's fault, Chase fault. I mean, it's tricky, especially looking from the camera view. I know the judges are now looking frame by frame. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely a sad way to go for either driver.
Yeah.
Really deep, right on the door, and then it looks like steers right, and it grips up. On the plus side, I'm glad no one was injured. Yeah, those fans actually are all going for Yamashita. Another group with Mao. Maybe just have like a fan battle.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's probably not a good idea. But would it be entertaining? The judges are still going.
Yeah, they're still doing the replays.
Switching back from the drone to the cameras, to the drone to the cameras. Oh, this is a replay from round one. Yeah, those cameramen, smart to merely get out of the way.
Yeah.
Fausto won his top 32 battle, but unfortunately lost to Hamada in his top 16 battle.
I see a lot of interesting views about how this track is laid out. Some like it, some don't. I personally like it, but if you have a problem with it, put in the comments what you would change about it.
I mean, especially going from zone 3 to touch and go, that huge section, I love it.
I do
Nothing
too.
but red line right at the end.
Yeah, and then you get to throw a lot, basically all of it you can, to slow yourself down to get into that hour zone.
Oh yeah, I like that. They should do a foot race. If it's a foot race, I got my money on mile.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can understand how people won't like the touch and go. I think it's quite common here in Japan for a touch and go like that to be in tracks. Maybe it's not as dramatic, but a lot of tracks have like a touch and go that need just to extend a drift rather than having them on you. Makes it a little bit more difficult for the drivers, a little more exciting to watch.
I mean, especially without an inner clip.
Exactly. And if they extended that outer zone 3, they would be missing the rest of it, because as soon as they get out of this outer zone 3, how it already is, they basically have to shallow and go right to the rumble strip on the inside where they can make it to this touch and go. So it's quite tricky either way.
Oh, it looks like the judges have keyed in. Judge Imamura, one more time. Judge Fukada, one more time. Judge Yamanaka, one more time.
Looks like he's driving off, so.
My guess is the accident was judged to be a shared fault. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they said. It said, you know, we could spend another 20 minutes doing this, or one more time. And I think everybody's going to enjoy another one more time.
Yeah, give Yamashita another chance to, one, look at his car and make sure everything's fine, and get back out and give us a good show. Going back to if y'all would change the track or not, I seen somebody said make outer zone 3 an inner zone to make it more challenging. I think you would have to change up outer zone 1 and 2. Maybe put an outer zone 3 right before and then add it inside. It'd be quite difficult to add, but that kind of makes it a little challenging too.
I think if you're going to adjust 3, you could extend 3 longer, then throw 2 touch and goes. So then they switch and then back. But that just makes it like a short version of Okayama. And we're going to be going to commercial, so we'll see you guys back in a little bit.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
雨の日の運転って心配ですよね。いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ。
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼう。横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。池江璃花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール Are you ready everybody MID ホイールダンディムーディ MID ホイールキャンディーフレンディホイールは MID
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロードオフロード世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed. In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
転倒と革新オグラクラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
From an early age, we race. It's part of who we are. It's in our DNA. For some, the need to keep pushing fuels our lives. At VP Racing, we pour everything we have into creating the industry's best products. For those who put it all on the line, whether it's the track or the trail or wherever you race, they say you can't win them all, but you can sure as hell try. VP Racing. Win every race.
Welcome back. Yeah, currently we have Mao Yamanaka and Koichi Yamashita getting ready in the pits. Just getting ready for the final run of the top 16. Then be proceeding on to the grade 8. And then we have Mao looking on as they're just doing. Yamashita gets to the line, that's when they're going to go back and go to Mile and ask if he wants to take a timeout, and then from then he gets 5 minutes. And it looks like it's a turbo oil line.
Can you touch base on why there was a one more time since you asked the judge?
Okay, so with the one more time, what happened is they essentially determined that when Mile bumped Yamashita, that was fine. It didn't push him off his line, and that Yamashita essentially gave up and he turned off track when he could have continued the drift. And so because of that, they decided essentially to go with a shared fault type system and do it one more time instead of trying to give the win to one driver or the other, because they figured that that was the most fair way to do things.
Okay. It looks like 5 minutes had already started for Mile.
And you seen earlier, Mile just went, made sure all the air pressure and the tires was good. They're finishing up this oil line. They're probably going to top off the oil if they need to.
Yep, it looks like he's also throwing his helmet on, getting in the car. With what side they're looking on, it kind of looks like more power steering.
Yeah, true. Maybe it is a power steering line.
At 3 minutes.
Dude, the hardest thing is trying to get any wrenches in to turn. Especially down in those tight places with the engine still just burning hot. Yamanaka's in the driver's seat, just ready to go once they get this line finished.
This would be their third battle.
Yeah, they just called 2 minutes as an early warning. Looks like the bottom of the line's tight. Just working on tightening the top. Down to 1 minute.
Yeah, now that they're working on either power steering or maybe we did see something on the track.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like power steering fluid.
It did look like they cleaned up the oil on the track though.
Jack's out of the way.
8 seconds.
Oh, this is gonna be tight.
Uh-oh. Ah. It looks like the crew tried their hardest. But needed maybe 30 more seconds.
Maybe not even 30 more seconds.
Yeah, I think all they needed to do was
power
close the hood.
steering. Yeah. But at the same time, like if you don't believe power steering,
yeah, you're not gonna have a good time.
You're gonna have a Yamashita bye run now.
Very unfortunate for Mao. He was looking good all weekend.
Bye run for car number 37, Koichi Yamashita, TMS Racing. 5.5X tires.
This does give him the opportunity to have a nice practice lap after fixing whatever was wrong with his car.
On the plus side, it looks like he's making power again. And unfortunately, that's the end of Miles' weekend.
Now we're going straight into the Grade 8.
And we have car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing. And in the lead and in the chase, we'll have car number 774, Hokuto Matsuyama with Cusco Racing. They're in the burnout box right now. I'm going to be switching right around for G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan 2025, Round 2 Suzuka Twin Circuit, the Great 8. Two beautiful cars pulling up to the line. I wonder if Matsuyama will be able to keep his bumper on this time.
Maybe.
On the light.
Back in action, making their way to that first outer zone. Does a good job in outer zone 2. Matsuyama gets right next to him. That outer zone 3 gets ready for the touch and go. Goes a lot of angle after that touch and go, makes their way and puts it in his door on outer zone 4.
Oh, nice. Takahashi flipping good. Not quite out deep to zone 2, but sends it deep into zone 3. Brings it all the way around. Matsuyama is right on his door the whole time. Switch back, charges in. Now, switching up the order, we got Matsuyama in the lead, and we have Takahashi in the chase.
Heading to outer zone 1. Takahashi does a good job getting right there on him in that outer zone 2. Dives in on outer zone 3, gets right next to him on his door, making his way to his touch and go. Going a lot of angle after that touch and go. Gets right back to his door in outer zone 4.
Yeah, Mata super deep into zone 1. Zone 2, he laid back a little bit, but then surged forward. It was different. You hadn't seen too many drivers do that, but it was really deep through all the zones. You see Matsuyama here, it was a little bit more angle, and then a lot more angle going into zone 3. Takahashi had a little bit of a tricky time trying to mimic the angle. Yeah, that right there. After one, just slide sideways and then hooking up. Yeah, we just hadn't seen that at all this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the judges are selecting the picks right now.
Looks like y'all did a good job on the poll in the comments. Got 147 votes so far.
Looks like the judges are locked in. Judge Imamura, Takahashi, Okada, Takahashi, Yamanaka, Takahashi. So it looks like Kazumi Takahashi will be going on to the final 4.
I like looking at that yellow car go around the track though.
Yeah, it is great. And looks like we have car number 4, Masanori Kohashi. With Team Orange in the chase, and in the lead we have car number 131, Yuma, Team Orange Jr. in the lead.
Teammates battling it out as they enter this first outer zone. Masanori does a good job and gets right there in that pocket, leaving him in just enough room to transition, and dives back in right there onto his door, making their way around to the touch and go. With a nice flick into that outer zone 4, and Masanori just stays right there next to him.
That was excellent mimicking. It's great. Yuma super deep into 1. Little shallow in 2, nice and deep in 3. Masanori just right on his door. Hit the flip. Switch back. So Yuma actually kept his bumper this time.
Yeah,
this is
the first time.
The first time, yeah. Switch back, surge in. Hold back just enough. Lets Yuma get a little bit of a lead. Switch back, dives in. It's great lead and super close proximity. Now we'll see what Kohashi can do in the lead and Yuma in the chase.
Making their way into outer zone 1. Masanori with a big flick in the outside zone 1. Yuma gets right there, dives in on this outer zone 3, making their way to this touch and go. The big flick coming around to that outer zone 4, and Ruma gets right there and gives him a little low tap.
Nice and deep through 1. Deep through 2. A little shallow coming into 3. Nice angle for the touch and go. Yuma diving in. Nice through 4. Looks like Yuma just trying to close proximity. So yeah, I feel like every time Yuma starts to get closer, Masari just pulls away. Oh, right there at the end. Beautiful. It's tough.
It's very tough. Either way, somebody from Team Orange is moving home.
That's true. Team Orange will definitely get the win here. Judge Imamura, Kohashi, Fukada, Kohashi, Judge Yamanaka, Kohashi. Looks like Kohashi will be going to the final 4.
And he will be battling Takahashi.
I feel like Takahashi and Masanori battles happen all the time.
Yeah.
And I love them. Next we have King Gucci, King Kazama with the lead, and in the chase, Hiroya Minoa, Cusco Racing.
The big flick into that first outer zone. Manoa just staying right there, giving him enough space. Transition and starts to dive in. He gets right on his door, giving him a little love tap in outer zone 3. Coming around to this touch and go. There's a nice job coming around, and Manoa just putting it right there into that outer zone.
Yeah, I think Hiroya is like, you know, last time you got me, this time I'm gonna take it. Just staying right with him the whole time. Just beautiful proximity. Kingushi with great line. Nice and deep through 1. Good through 2, switching back. Not quite all the way out to 3. Brings out, hits the touch and go, switch back to right around midsection of zone 4.
Looks like they're throwing some tape maybe on the side skirt for Kengushi.
Just got to keep them side skirts on. Yeah, I tell you what, Gushi's been coming out during all the practices, wet, dry, it didn't matter. He's putting down the same runs each time. Just hitting zone to zone to zone.
Just showing his experience.
Just complete consistency. Looks like Gushi's ready to go. Just gotta get some more tape on that side skirt. Okay. Looks like we're getting ready for Hiroya in the lead and Gushi in the chase.
making their way to outer zone 1. Manoa with a big flick, and Kengushi gets right there on his door in outer zone 2. Right on his bumper during that transition. Kengushi falls back a little bit because he went off track. And then comes around with his touch and go, trying to catch back up. And Kengushi gets in that pocket with that one.
Hiroya with a super deep entry, swinging out right on the edge of zone 2 as well. Zone 3, just right in the deep side of it. I think King just got a little too deep in zone 3, and that caused him to drop a tire, which increased that proximity. But overall, a great run by both drivers. So who do you guys think won this one?
A lot of people voted Manoa. A lot of people voted Kengushi.
Judge Imamura, Minoa. Judge Fukada, Minoa. And Judge Yamanaka, Hiroya Minoa. And Hiroya Minoa will be going to the final 4.
They now are 1-1 against each other this year.
That's true.
So we'll have to have the tiebreaker next at Ebisu.
Still have a few more rounds too. Up next we got Hamada in the lead, Hassan Racing, and Yamashita in the chase with TMS. 5-5 in track.
Yamashita falling a little bit behind over the second outer zone, trying to catch up to this outer zone 3, making their way to the touch and go. Going a lot of angle, coming around to outer zone 4. He stays right there. Looks like Hamada went one tire off right after the finish.
Super deep into zone 1. A little shallow in 2, but swinging out nice and deep in 3. Yamashita just falling a little behind. Switch back. And dropping one tire right at the edge. I tell you, Hamada has been putting down some crazy leads.
Yeah.
And even crazier chases. That's what I want to see next.
Yep. Yes, Hamada is very fast.
Pulling back up to the line, we have 37, Koichi Yamashita in the lead. And number 9, Kiyo Fuyumi, Hamada in the chase.
Making their way to this first outer zone. There's a big flick. Hamada gets right on his door in outer zone 2. Turns around for outer zone 3. Dives back in. Is a little shallow on angle. Trying to stay with him on the touch and go. Transitions a little late and then falls a little bit behind into that outer zone 4.
Yamashita nice and deep through 1, a little shallow through 2. Left 3 a little early. I feel like Hamada was just right on him. Get the touch and go. We'll see zone 4 a little bit better here. I feel like Hamada was just sort of pacing himself. Like, I don't want to get too close. And then switch back here. Looks like he might have missed zone 4. So what do you guys think? Looks like you got about 50% for Yamashita, but we'll see what the judges say. Judge Imamura, Yamashita. Judge Fukada, Yamashita. And Judge Yamanaka, Yamashita. Looks like Yamashita will be going to the final 4.
Facing Minoa.
And they're saying it was a very close battle. Hamada just needs a bit more work going into zone 2. And then we got G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan 2025 Round 2 Suzuka Twin Circuit, the final 4. For the final 4, we have Kazumi Takahashi, Masanori Kohashi, Hiroya Minoa, and Koichi Yamashita. And staging right now, we have our first battle. In the burnout box, getting the tire warm, scrubbing the front tires. This is going to be a battle.
This is definitely going to be a good one. What are y'all's predictions in this next battle against Takahashi and Masanori? It's going to be a very tough battle. It's going to be really great to watch, though.
Whenever these two guys battle, it's always great to watch. So we have car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing. In the lead and in the chase, we have car number 4, Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange.
All making their way to outer zone 1. Masanori gets right in on his door for outer zone 2. Comes around for outer zone 3, through the smoke, gets right there in the pocket on his door. Coming around in his touch and go, throwing a lot of angle transitions. And stays right there next to him in that outer zone 4.
Dude, that was great.
It's a lot of smoke.
Both drivers super deep angle, going from 1 to 2. Nice through 2. Swinging around to 3. Just right there. Hit that flip back. Bringing it up nice and easy into zone 4. And this drone view is crazy.
Masanori does a good job staying right there with him. Mimics angle quite nice.
Takahashi hitting all the zones. It's great. I mean, a great lead leads to a great chase, especially this hub.
Exactly. Masanori was a little shallow in outer zone 4, trying to catch back up, but overall a very good one.
Now we have Kohashi in the lead and Takahashi in the chase.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Masanori with a good flick. Takahashi right there with him, turning through this outer zone 3. Masanori goes a little bit off track and wavers, making their way to that touch and go. Does a nice job of that touch and go. Comes around outer zone 4. Staying right there with him.
Going through 1 is great. 2 is perfect. 3 is coming. He dropped that 1 tire, and it just pulled him over. And at this level, one mistake like that.
Yeah, going off track here is especially hard because it's not just like going off track. There's probably 6 to 8 inch drop after the track.
Oh, definitely. All the wet from yesterday, that made sure that if you go off track, you get punished today. Drone footage is great, nice, deep, but all it takes is one tire drop. And next thing you know, just spinning out. Nice and deep through 1, 2, just on the accelerator, 3. Just as soon as that one tire dropped, it pulled the front end around. And that's probably just too big of a miss to come back from.
Exactly. We'll have to see what the judges think because they're taking a little bit more time to review. But they now have their answer.
Judge Imamura, Takahashi, Fukada, Takahashi, and Judge Yamanaka, Takahashi. So Masanori will be just missing out on the podium this round. Yeah, the judges are saying that miss was just too big of a miss.
Yeah. It's a shame. He was doing great all weekend.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're just getting ready for the second battle in the final 4. Yeah, there's a chance it could be an all TMS.
Yeah.
I see Hiroya just heading to the staging area. And Yamashita should be heading out shortly. Oh, Kenguchi.
箕輪選手とは富士の決勝以来の対決でしたがいかがでしたか。
いやーもう完敗ですね。おっしゃる通り富士からの決勝で、ちょっと返されちゃったような気がして、今回特に、自分自身はなかなか乗れてなかった気がしたんで、ちょっとやっぱ箕輪宏也選手を相手にちょっと頑張らなきゃなという思いがあって、ちょっと無理しちゃってゾーン3で、脱輪という風な負けだったんで、非常に悔しいです。
Slight mistake in zone 3.
ありがとうございます。
And unfortunately, he was able to pull out the win.
Yeah, so our last battle in the final 4 will be Manoa versus Yamashita. Manoa is ready for the burnout box, and it looks like Yamashita is on the way.
It looks like they're staging up for it right now. There's definitely a chance for 2 BMWs in the finals from the same team.
Teammates. What are y'all's predictions of this battle? As they head to the starting line.
Okay, in the lead, we have car 771, Hiroya Minoa with Cusco Racing. And in the chase, car number 37, Koichi Yamashita, TMS Racing, Team 5.
Oh, and we get a red flag for a restart. We have a cone down.
I tell you what, that cone just jumped out.
Yeah. I think everybody keeps hitting the same one. They haven't moved it. Maybe they should move it. Maybe it's bad luck or something.
It's just that one. Good. On the line.
We have a clean start as they head to outer zone 1. Minoa with a big flick in outer zone 1. Yamashita straightens up. As Minoa finishes out his lead run.
I guess the problems are back. But he doesn't have any timeouts up there, yeah?
Nope. I don't think so.
They used a timeout already. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he might have to retire. Because with no timeout left, he doesn't have any options.
It looks like he's trying to get it started.
Yep, and it looks like Yamashita retired.
Very unfortunate.
And Hiroya Minoa will get a bye run.
Here's Minoa giving us a show on his bye run. With a big flick in outer zone 1 with a lot of angle in outer zone 2. Comes around to outer zone 3. With a lot of speed coming into outer zone 4. Just having fun.
Yeah, just having fun. Was that 3 motion on entry?
It was. That was a big 3 motion.
A fun 3 motion.
So in the finals, we'll have Takahashi versus Minoa.
Yeah, that's a lot of tape on that number.
He got hit pretty hard.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I tell you what, just imagine the budget for some of the aero for these.
I don't want to.
And then after each round, it's like, okay, well, we're going to paint or rewrap or both.
They probably just have a stockpile already ready.
Just imagine how many side skirts they go through. Front or rear fenders. A limitless supply. And Hiroya coming down pit row. Head back in for tire swap.
Head right back out. So what are y'all predictions for the final? Are you taking Takahashi? Are you taking Minoa?
I mean, on the plus side, it's going to be great either way.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun to watch.
Takahashi just out the car trying to get a little breather in. So that's a big sign. Oh, the judges are saying ultimately, you would like to see all drivers give 100% each time, but at the same time, it's tricky because if you're chasing someone and you're giving 100% and they drop down to 90%, then no telling what's going to happen after that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the chase has to lay off just a little bit, but you'll see drivers that when they're chasing, they're not laying off.
Yeah, you almost see him come in with more angle than the lead driver.
More angle, more speed. They just bully him around the track. And I tell you, this final has got two people that I think are going to go 100% the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather's held out. It's gotten more and more beautiful as the days progressed.
Yeah, the clouds have actually gone away, leaving the sun out.
Yeah, they're just swapping tires, doing last minute checks, make sure everything's good. Spraying with water to keep everything cool. And there's our second row balcony.
It's full.
It's full. It's crazy. They essentially dug that out of the hill just a couple weeks ago. They brought in gravel, packed it down. And then after last weekend, with FDJ 2, they packed it down again. And now, fans are just using it. Perfect balcony. Overall track conditions, especially for a final, are perfect. It's a bit windy. It is a bit windy, but that keeps things nice and cool. Especially when the sun comes out. Like that sun will bake you in a heartbeat.
Two very different cars in the final too.
Yeah, yeah.
Have one that's short wheelbase, one quite a bit longer. Both two-door though.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you can see the wind just howling over here. Those flags are just flapping in the breeze.
They're hanging on.
So that's one thing I've been seeing a lot more are those little tents like that. Blocks the wind, blocks the sun.
It's very nice. That's what we use at the track. It works pretty well.
Oh, Takahashi's got his helmet on. Team's ready to wish him luck as he's going to be pulling out shortly. Yeah, that's an interesting question. What's everybody's daily car? I mean, mine's a JZX100 Chaser.
Mine as well. You have an FJ too, though.
Yeah, well, I have an FJ. Yeah, it's my winter car.
Oh, is that what you're considering?
Yeah. Because with the salt on the roads in northern Japan.
Yeah, yours is pretty nice. Mine's just a drift car, so just wash it a few times and it'll be all right.
Mine's just a converted one. It was. Well, did you see it whenever I got it?
I did not.
Oh, I'll show you some pictures. Like the front core was crooked. I had no front bumper. The hood was bent.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, but I had it fixed.
Oh, I'm waiting to fix mine.
And all kinds of cars. Sentra, LS400, Teslas, G20, Bug Guy. That was one of my favorite cars when I first came to Japan.
Yeah, I prefer the GC8s, but they're nice and zippy in these Japan roads.
So when I first got here, the Bug Guy was my favorite car. I ended up getting a GC8, and then it became my favorite car. And then I started drifting, and my favorite car switched up a little bit.
See somebody with a Huffy 10-speed?
Huffy 10-speed?
Hope you get around quite quick, though.
What? Especially in the cities.
Yeah.
We have Takahashi and Minoa just getting into the burnout box. We have the good
dramatic music.
Yep.
Dramatic music's back.
And Formula Drift, presented by G-Shock. Round 2, Suzuka Twin Circuit, the finals. We have car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing. in the lead versus car number 771, Hiroya Minoa with Cusco Racing in the chase.
Making their way to this first outer zone. Takahashi is throwing a good flick into that outer zone 1. Minoa gets right there, dives into outer zone 3, right on his door, coming around to this touch and go. Does a good job. Gets right back on his door in outer zone 4.
Oh, that was a great lead and an excellent chase. Super deep through 1. Nice through 2. Zone 3, just riding the outer edge the whole time. Minoa just right on his door. Hitting the touch and go, switch back to zone 4. Man, this is starting off to be one of the best runs today. Look at that proximity. And there we got Minoa in the lead and Takahashi in the chase.
Making their way to outer zone 1. Minoa with a big flick. Takahashi getting right there, dives in on his door, just enough room to transition, comes back around, goes off track just a little bit, and loses all that momentum, trying to catch back up. This touch and go. And outer zone 4 is finished.
So coming into 1, nice and deep through. Takahashi a little too deep. Swooping around through 3. Takahashi gets 2 tires off. Fighting to try and catch up. Minoa nice and deep through zone 4. He's deep through 1. Deep through 2. Switch back. He's deep through 3. Hiroya just laying down a good, clean lead run.
Learning the hard way that going off track.
So between 2 and 3, I saw one of the judges point out that Minoa touched his brakes a little bit between as soon as he left 2 to going into 3. So I don't know if they think that because he touched his brakes that caused Takahashi to go super wide into 3 because he couldn't transition back across because he was coming in a little too fast.
Let's watch the replay. See if we see the lights. Yeah.
So right at the end of the frame,
yeah,
you see Minoa's lights just light up. Now, whether or not that affected anything, who knows? But again, Minoa's run, right on the money. But now it's something the judges that have to talk about.
Looks like they're punching in right now. So we should have an answer very shortly if we're going to have a winner. a rematch. Looks like they have the result. They're going to make their way on track.
And they're going to announce it. Oh, it looks like Yamashita. He's going to be coming on too. Well, so there is a winner. It's not a one more time. That's all we know right now.
Yeah. They have decided the winner. We'll find out very shortly who has won.
I tell you what, this wind's picking up fast. So who do you guys think won? Let's see, 278 votes. 64% currently with Hiroya Minowa. And 17% with Takahashi.
Sadly, the 19% that said one more time was not. You're inaccurate.
Is it too late to change your vote?
I think so. Maybe. No, yeah. It's too late.
Oh, they're setting up on the corner right now.
Giving us a little show for the fans.
It's all for the kids.
Love that saying. Even though it's for everybody.
That's all for the kids.
Good excuse to burn some more rubber.
Just out here having fun. I tell you what, this music at the end of FDJ 2, whenever we were waiting to hear
Yeah, it was perfect.
about Nagase, oh, that was super suspenseful. And Yamashita coming around. Oh man. They're coming out with all the Cusco flags. Oh, and here's the Disney music. T-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan 2025 Round 2 Suzuka Twin Circuit Awards. And coming in third, we have Yamashita with TMS Racing. And the round 2 winner for Formula Drift 1 is car number 771, Hiroya Minoa. And Takahashi Kazumi coming in second place.
ありがとうございます。本当に車も絶好調で、走りも走るたびにだいぶまとまってきて、相手のミスに助けられた部分もあるんですけど、本当に優勝できて嬉しいです。
He's super happy. Had some great runs, had some small misses, but did his best.
本当にチームの方々だったり、スポンサーの方々だったり、両親だったり、協力者の方でここまでまた来れました。本当にありがとうございます。で、また次戦どこで参戦かは分からないんですけど、この勢いで出るラウンドは全部勝ちたいなと思います。
He said thanks to his team, thanks to his sponsors, thanks to his family, and his plan is to win the rest of the rounds. The whole plan.
はい、ありがとうございます。最後また自分のミスで負けてしまって非常に悔しいんですけど、でも本当にここまで来る中で車も本当にもう走れないんじゃないかなっていう状態だったんですけど、もう本当にチームのみんなに助けられて、最後は本当にこの3日間で一番いい状態で走らせてもらって、もう本当にまずはチームに感謝したいと思います。
He said he apologizes to his team, his fans, because that last miss was on him. But he also thanks his team and fans for everything that they do.
はい、ありがとうございます。ベスト32から、目いっぱい、僕は戦ってます。ミスもありますけど全力で戦ってます。で、悔いのないように戦いたいなと思ってますんで、一戦一戦大事に戦って、で1戦目は4位で、今ここ鈴鹿は3位にで、次戦はまたその上に行けれるように、頑張りたいと思います。で、応援していただいた皆さん、スタッフの皆さん、そして関係者の皆さん、スポンサーの皆さん、ありがとうございました。次戦また頑張りたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
He said working his way up from 32. He made small misses here and there. He worked to improve the whole way, got up to third, and he wants to thank all of his fans, all of the staff at the track, everybody watching, everybody working for him, with him.
Everybody had very tough battles today. Nobody was taking it easy. Yeah, and the winner of this round.
Yeah, a great round.
Yeah.
The judge was saying it was a great round. Everybody did great. There's only a few misses here and there that people can clean up. But outside of that, we're looking forward to a great round going into Ebisu next. Yeah, the driving this year, every year just levels up, levels up, levels up. It's great. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, FDJ 2 will be the next round that we're at, and it's at Ebisu for round 3, and it's in 2 weeks.
Thank you guys. We're just out here having fun, hanging out, and letting you guys know as much as we can.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all talking back with us. Gives us some things to think about. It makes it enjoyable for us because we get to talk to y'all.
Oh yeah, the upcoming drivers from FDJ 3 and FDJ 2, they're just next level stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Some very young drivers doing some very impressive things.
That's right. 2 JDF hashtag.
I don't think we're going to live that one down.
Hiroya just having a great time. Pictures with the team in the car. And thank you guys. And this pretty much closes out round 2, Formula Drift Japan. Presented by G-Shock. I'm Josh.
I'm Langston.
And we'll see you guys next round.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
雨の日の運転って心配ですよね。いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ。
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼう横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。池江璃花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール Are you ready everybody MID ホイールダンディームーディー MID ホイールキャンディーフレンディーホイールは MID
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロードオフロード世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
From an early age, we race. It's part of who we are. It's in our DNA. For some, the need to keep pushing fuels our lives. At VP Racing, we pour everything we have into creating the industry's best products. For those who put it all on the line, whether it's the track or the trail or wherever you race, they say you can't win them all, but you can sure as hell try. VP Racing. Win every race.